This guy right here. He made 55,000 euros in 1 month with his school community and other businesses by changing the way he looked at life.
If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change.
He moved from Germany to Greece with his girlfriend to start a new life. This is Dennis Spady. I know all the viewers are waiting to hear your story. So, what is it you actually do at this moment with your businesses?
We have our own school community. It's in the crypto space where we teach other people the chart analytics, because most of the people, if they buy cryptos, they just buy by their feeling. But most of the time you buy by fear or by greed. So we want to help people to get to know the charts, to analyze them, and know when is the best time to buy cryptos. You can also do it with stocks and everything, but we are focused on crypto. And out of that, a second business has started, because I got together with a marketer who helped us build the community, and he's the part helping people to build their own personal brand. So if you don't have an audience, he helps you to build an audience, or if you has an audience, he helps to uh, build paying customers out of your audience with your passion, your skill, where people want to buy it, and the back end to build the school community where you can help them with your business, with your skill.
How did you even get into this communities and helping people into business? What was the starting point where your mind switched and said to yourself that I want to become an entrepreneur, a business owner who helps people with crypto and helps people get clients? Where was that first started?
It started like in 2019. You know which time it was in that time. So I wanted to get an online business to that I can move wherever I want, and I don't need to build something new, because if you build an online, you can move your place wherever you want, and you have your foundation of your income. And I wanted to build that, so I looked into the internet what kind of business stuff I can do. I tried, uh, I don't know if it's in English the same. It's a closer. So I work for coaches, and they have clients, and I call them and try to explain, or I will explain their business and convert them to buying customers. But I've never did it, so I learned it, but never did it. And then I got to crypto, and it was in 2021. I got in crypto, and I teach myself. And as I spoke to some friends and got some stories in Instagram with the results I'm doing with crypto, everyone else said, wow, I want to do it also. So I got into business by accident, I think so, with the crypto space. So I helped many people to get into crypto. And in that space, the people already said to me, you're so good in the mindset part. Why don't you do your own mindset thing? And that's why I changed the thing into more mindset than crypto. And that's why I get now a business partner who's the expert in crypto. I mean, I can do crypto too, but my passion is in the mindset part. So he do everything with crypto. And my part of the community is to help them be, um, having a good life and be not that emotional in the crypto space. So I help them get more emotional intelligence.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty interesting. So you, as a crypto, obviously, you also trade in crypto and help people with trading crypto, but you focus more about the mindset part, how to control those emotions, how to have a positive mindset. And what is the main thing about the whole mindset with crypto trading or in business or in relationship? What is the main part about it that you have learned that has changed your life?
Mhm. Yeah, why we do more, or why I focus more on mindset, is because if you could learn the strategies but be not profitable just because your mindset, because everything you think about yourself will will show, will reflect it in your life. And that's why the most important thing is how you think about yourself, how you believe in yourself, because everything you believe will be reflected in the real world. And that's why it's like everyone says like 80%. I think it's more, it's like 95%, because I know people, they believe in themselves and they have the right mindset and they make profit, but they don't know why and how. And there are people that are really, really good in that space, but they're not profitable. So I think it's more than 80%, like 95% your mindset thing. And most of the time it is, as we already talked once about, it's the intention why you do things. Because there's also one book, it says something like everything starts with a why. And people are, we are emotional um, human beings, and everything we do out of our emotion. And why is also your attention, why you do something is also an emotion. So it is important to know why you do something and with what kind of intention you do something to get the results you want.
Okay, so it's all about intentions. Me and Dennis talked about before on our like post podcast, and we talked about how he entered a life of earning 500 euros per month, and he had a wrong mindset, a negative mindset, and then this one thing that he changed, which was intention, his mindset. He changed his life in business, in relationships, um, in everything, in every aspect of his life. Could you explain more about how that happened and what it was the process going through that look like?
Mhm. Yeah, I get, yeah, some would say it was success, some say it was not success. In the crypto space, with the coaching, I made like best month was also 8K, but some months were 1K or something. So I had not uh, fixed income, some good. It was really, really up and down. And it was at January 2024 where I changed my mindset and said, I want to do the mindset stuff and no crypto again, anymore. Because my passion is about the mindset. And yeah, this, but I was in like a lack of, I was not in abundance. I've not trusted myself, nothing. So my income dropped to 500 euros per month. And I just had one customer and I cutted some reels for him. So that was the only thing I was doing to get a little bit money. And it was like for 8 months, I got like 500 euros per month. But I think after 6 months, I started to realize nothing changes. I wanted to change. I wanted things to change, but not me to change. But then my mindset shifted because I kept one quote was, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. But I wanted to change the things, but not me. But at that point, I started to change myself, how I am looking out the world, and the world started to change. And that was the point where my income changed because a friend, my business partner, came to me in exact that month where I changed the mindset. And he asked me, hey, I have a big audience, but I'm not the community guy. I like to teach my thing, but I don't want to do the work behind it. Do you want to work with me? And I said, yeah, sure, let's do it. So I could do the thing I wanted to do, and he could do his thing. And we both together got more money than if we would do it everyone by ourselves. And that was, yeah, the time everything changes. And I got, yeah, a little bit more successful in business than it was before.
Mhm. Interesting. So we keep talking about this mindset and these intentions, right? For you, it changed your aspect on business and relationships. A friend came to you on the first month when you switched that mindset, right? Could you explain more of what this mindset is and how did you achieve to gain this new mindset, this new intentions, right? How did you find out and what is it?
hmm First, my mindset or my intention was to make money. So I was not in the abundance that money will come to me if I do the right thing. So I had a lack in abundance and got like, I want clients to make money, but not I want clients to help them. And the byproduct is that I will make money. So if as I changed that, so how I see the world, I want to help people. And with helping people, the byproduct is that I will make money. That was the change I did. So my intention, why I'm doing the thing I'm doing, changes. And after that, everything changes. So as I told, as if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change.
Hmm.
So it's just me and my perspective I'm looking into the world changed. My intention changed and the world changed. But I wanted the world to change, but I can be as I am. But the world is a reflection of your inner world. And that's why you need to change your inner world if you want to change the outer world.
So the main part about the mindset that you changed, obviously, is the intentions. It's about how you see the world, how you react to the world with emotions. And that's pretty much what you're doing with the crypto community. You're teaching people how to see that crypto, right? The emotions, to control the emotions, right? So understanding like the mindset part is how to look at this world. Most people have a dull way of looking the world, right? And it's pretty hard to change their mindset to see something so ugly and so dull, something so sad and negative, and change into a positive experience. Most people are stuck in that section where they don't know how to even change their mindset, the way they look at something. So, what is like an exercise or something that you have done that changes that negative situation into a positive one and recreates the intention mindset?
Um, there are two things, two main things, two main tools you can say, how you can change it. The first is you need to realize the thing you want to change. If you don't realize, so you are not uh, if you're not mindful, you will not see the things you want to change. If you don't know the thing, there's a thing you want to change, you can't change it. So you need to be mindful in okay. Yeah, mindfulness is the word. You need to train your mindfulness to realize the things you want to change. After that, the most important thing, because everyone see the problem and want to change the problem. But if you see it and you want to change it directly, it is like a fight because it's because like pressure gives you pressure again back to you. And the most important thing is if you realize something, you need to go into acceptance. Acceptance, there's two different type of acceptance. The first one is in your mind. You can say I am accepting something, but you can't feel it because there's a difference because of knowing and feeling. You can say I accept the thing as it is, but you feel uncomfortable in this situation. But acceptance as an emotion feels like harmony. I think it's harmony. Yeah, harmonious. It feels harmonious. And because acceptance, we never learned emotions. We are not emotionally intelligent. You don't know how it feels to be in acceptance, because acceptance, if you ask 100 people, I think no one would say that acceptance is an emotion, but it is. But um, you can grab it. I think it's the same. I don't know how to say it in English, but you can relate to it if you know it in your past. But harmonious, you know how it feels. Feels good. So acceptance feels like that. So is it in your brain that you accept it, or you really feel that it's okay as it is? Because as it is a byproduct of your past. So some things happen that you are as you are. And that's why the acceptance of the situation is important. Because of the acceptance, you are in a calm state, and out of that you can change something. That's the most important thing, because if you don't accepting that you are where you are, a pressure, and you can't change it. You can change it, but it's really hard. If you try, if someone is standing next to you and you just do a little bit pressure against him, you will see the nature will give pressure back. So it's really hard, really important to get the acceptance, and after that you can change it. Because if it's easier for you, it's easier, as it says, it's easier to get another perspective on the situation. And there's the second tool. The second tool is the structure of your psychology. The psychology is there's a stimulation of one of your five senses. So you hear something, you smell something, you see something, and that is a stimulation. After the stimulation, there's a thought, but you will never realize your thoughts, but there is a thought that creates your emotion. And out of your emotion, you acting. And if you act out of your emotion, you get a confirmation that the emotion is right for the stimulation you got. And if you did it a few times, you will get the belief that it's right. And after that, it's getting like in your subconscious mind. So you're doing it without knowing you're doing it. But if you get, as I said, mindful, you will realize the things you do automatically. So if you know the structure of your psychology, you can change it. Because if you reflect everything you're doing, you can see out of which emotion I'm acting. Was it out of love? It could be love, and you say, I did what I did, and it was good. So you can make a check. But if you did something and you say, my best version of myself would do it another way, you can see out of which emotion I did it. If it is like from anger, you did it out of anger, you can see what stimulation got me into the anger. So someone told me something, I got an anger, and out of the anger, I did an action. And there's the biggest part in that space to see which thought came up. And it's a little bit hard. You need to get into it to find the thought, because it's such a quiet noise in your back head which came up. But that's the main thing you need to figure out, Because if you then change that thought, you change everything. So in the same situation, you will do something else. And I hope I could explain it in English a little bit better. uh, because in German I can explain it really good. In English, I need to try to rethink it. But yeah, if you find out the thought and you change it, you will change everything. Because
Mhm.
that's the belief you have. That's the intention you are doing something out. And if you change it, everything else changes too.
So let me get this clear. It's every single person with their intentions, they have this like written code behind their brains, right? Something subconscious that they don't even understand they have. And every single thing they do, a habit or something they do in life, it's controlled by emotions. Like you said, it could be from anger, it could be from love. And in life, you should uncover every single habit or maybe negative habits, why you're doing it, and also what emotion is behind that. So uncovering the emotion, figuring out, let's say, the subconscious code, the secret code that nobody wants to get into. And then once you uncover it through, let's say, Sublime, so reflecting, journaling, right? Figuring that code out and then rewriting it, you're saying that that would change your mindset because you're literally changing your subconscious code and you see the world in a completely different way.
Yes, that's right.
Mhm. Interesting. I never thought about this, but that's something I have to implement in my life. Journaling and reflection. And sometimes for me, and I know for the viewers too, maybe it's for you too, it's hard to reflect on things. Some things are so emotionally drained from us, so much negative emotions that we want to throw it away. We don't want to deal with it right now. What do you do in that situation? Do you force yourself to sit down, reflect, and journal, or what most people do, they just push it away because they don't want to deal with it right now? What is
Mhm.
it you do in this situation?
I got into the reflecting to get more mindful, and the first thing I did was I changed my wordings. I wanted to say what I want, not what I don't want, because our words are um so powerful. We don't know about how powerful our words are. You can speak something into existence if you know and believe how powerful your words are. And that's why I wanted every time to say what I want, not what I don't want. Because our subconscious mind don't really know the don't, the word I don't want that. So it thinks you want that. Because if you say a kid, don't um how to say, don't slam the door. What do they think about? Slamming the door. So you fix the door slamming into their brain. But if you say to a kid, please close the door quietly, I think the subconscious mind will think about the the quiet door, and the chance that they will close the door quietly gets 100 times more. And that's if already small children uh, can do it, we can do it too. So I changed it as if I say something, I always said what I don't want. But after I realized I said something I don't want, I changed it afterwards. And I needed to do it like 20, 30, 50 times. So it got more in my conscious mind. And I realized by saying it, not after I said it, by saying it, and I could change it in the situation. And as I did it more times in the situation, it was that it was more in my subconscious mind already. I said it before the wrong thing. So first I reflect after I did it. Then it was that much in my conscious mind that I could do it by saying it. And then before I said it. So I already said the right thing. And like that, I got into the mindfulness to see what I am saying. And the same thing I did by what I was doing. So I reflected just what I did, and if I did something, I just asked myself, did I do it as I would do it in my best version of my life? And if it's yes, I would do it exact the same way. And you need to be really what to say? You need to be honest to yourself. Because sometimes you say, yeah, I will do it the same way, but you will not. Because if you're in a discussion with your girlfriend, with your boyfriend, you say some things, and in that anger, you would say, I will do it the same way every time. But after you the emotion, the anger is gone, you reflect and say, maybe I could say something else. I wouldn't say the same things because that thing hurt the people, but I wanted to hurt the people because they hurt me. But they, most of the time, they don't do it because they want to hurt you, because there's a wound inside you. They triggered, and the anger came out of you, and not they wanted to get you angry. The anger was inside you, and he or she just said something that it triggered the wound that you never healed, and that came out of you. And if you realizing that if you change the way, in that time you look at the thing will change. The thing will be the same. But as you change the way you look at the thing by itself changes. There's one picture I know in my head. It is the perfect how to say how it is. If you stand in front of me and I see a 6, but you standing in front of me looking onto my side, you will never see the 6. It's a 9. So who's right? Everyone. You are right and I am right. In my life, I am right. In your life, you're right. So if I would change the way I look at the 6, so I came on your side, the thing would change. But but did the thing really change it? No, it's the same thing as before, but you only change the way you look at it. You change the perspective, and the thing changed. And that's something to really understand the value and the power behind that. You can create a life you want. Everything you want, with that small change, you can get everything you want.
Wow, wow. To be honest, there are 2 points that really hit me hard right here. And it was the one where if you tell a child to slam the door, to not slam the door, that's the first thing that comes to the mind, and that's the intention, right? The first thoughts that you have is slamming the door, right? But if you say, please slowly close the door, you don't even think about slamming the door. You only think about closing it slowly. And they're, like you said, it's 100 times more probable that they will slowly close the door. That was pretty interesting. And what hit me hard was the emotions, right? Everyone has wounds, and I always say this: everyone has wounds that they don't want to share to anyone, and those wounds have emotion around them. And when those wounds are triggered, what someone says and what someone does, those emotions come out because the wounds are not healed, and that's very important within your life to heal all these wounds. That's what really hit me hard here, because a lot of people don't know this. Though people know that they have wounds, but they are too scared to heal them because it's past traumas, it's situations they don't want to go back into, in their minds, going in the past, figuring out what their emotions, and it's hard for them to do so. And
There's also, I can share one tip, and that's that if people don't want to go into the wounds, that's because they think they need to do it like 100 times. To heal it, they think I need to go into the wound 100 times. But it's not that. It's if you get into the wound one time, you go back, you feel emotion like anger, you get triggered. After that, you reflect why I am angry in that situation. So you find the wound, and in that moment, you try to change the perspective in that situation. You got the wound, and it's gone. One time, because why are you triggered at that moment? Because there was a past trauma, but the past trauma is just a trauma because you see the thing as a problem in that time. But if you change the way you look at the thing will change. So if you change the way you look at the past trauma, the trauma will be gone. Because everything in your life happens for you, not to you. Because if you reflect every situation, you think, oh, that was a bad situation. You will find a way it helped you in your life to become the person you are now. So every situation as a coin, every coin has two sides. It's in your hand which side you want to see. What you want to see, the bad side, and let the wound be there, or you change the coin, you flip the coin, and you see it from the good side. Because someone says, yeah, it's bad, but it is bad. Yes, if you see it as it is bad, it will stay bad. But you will not get any benefit out of it to see something bad. Try to find in every bad situation something good. You will find something good in it. And I will guarantee you, I will give you $1,000 if you came to me, say a situation, I will not find something that is for you in that situation. Because I got 1,000 times where I spoke to people, they thought about there's just one way to think about it, the bad way. But sometimes you need to go out of the situation and get a overview of the situation, and then you will find the thing. As it is with a 6. If you are nearby the 6, it is a 6. But if you go up and try to see if there's another perspective, you can see that there could be a 9 or something different. It's not a number. If you flip it to the side, it's not even a number. It's not a 6 and not a 9. But if it's the perspective you need to have to take something good out of the situation, take it not as a number, take it as something else. But if you change in that reflection the way you see the situation, you will change the emotional reaction of the situation. So in the next time you get the same or a similar situation, you will react different to it because the wound is healed, because you have a different view of the situation where the wound were created.
it's always about seeing the perspective, the good and bad, right? Knowing which side you're looking at. Are you looking at the bad section perspective, or are you looking at the good perspective? And then you making a decision to change, right? That was pretty interesting. That everyone has two sides of this. Either you see a 9, or you see a 6, or you see a key or a fish, right? Everyone has different personal lives, and everyone has different perspectives on what they're seeing either as a problem or as what they're doing right now. Now, I want to ask you a question, Dennis,
Mhm.
because we talked about before uh, how you should have the right mindset of an intention, right? Wanting something and knowing what you want, but also you have to feel it. And let me give you an example, because a lot of these people who are listening or watching these videos are, let's say, they're entrepreneurs or business owners or people who want to learn about intentions, and they they let's say they have the right mindset to go to networking and talk to people, but they don't feel it, because there are two feelings, right? There's the mindset and there's also the feeling that you have. How do you contribute so they work together? How do you make them work together in a way where they agree with each other, and it's not just only the mindset, but you also feel the emotions that you have good intentions?
Um, if it's a it's a frequency. If you, as I told, if you think something, the thought will get like your brain is like a chemistry, because a feeling is just a hormone. It's just like dopamine. Dopamine is an emotion, not an emotion, but dopamine is something behind the emotion. But we tell it different. But the thought will create the hormones. The hormones go into the cells. The cells vibrate on the frequency of the feeling, and other people will feel it, that you doing something. And if you have your own values, because one of my value is respect. So if someone, there are two ways of relationships. It's one relationship is, what can I have out of our relationship? That's the worst relationship you can have. What is my benefit out of our work? There's a second relationship. It's a little bit better. Some tell it's the best relationship. Win-win. If you have something, I have something, we are happy. But that's not the best relationship. It's okay. It's better than what do I have out of our work. But the best relationship you can have is, how can I help you? Not, I don't need to have something out of it, because the universe working in a different way. If I help you, my intention was to help you get better. So many people think, if I give you the intention, I will help you, I need to get something from you. But it's not the thing. If I help you, I could get something back out of another source. I know, if my intention is to help people, I will get back something, but not every time of the same source I put my energy in. And that's the thing. There's a lack in abundance if you think, if I help you, I need to get back something from you. So I transact. But it's not the thing. If you give because of the giving, not because of receiving, everything will change. Because your intention should be, I want to help the person. And if you get a business relationship where your your only thing you think about is, how can I help you solve your problem or achieve your goals, I know I will be successful. Maybe not with you, but I have the frequency of giving, so I will receive. But I don't give because of receiving. And if you have your own values, like respect, my value is respect. It's how to say, you know, I don't give a fuck. So yeah, I don't give a fuck if someone don't respect me or don't give me the respect. It will never be okay for me to do the same, because if he um disrespectful. If someone is disrespectful to me, it's the only thing in what's in my hand is how I react to it. But if he's disrespectful to me, and that's a sign to me that it's okay to be disrespectful, I don't have the value of respect. But if someone is disrespectful to me, but it's my value to be respectful, I don't give a fuck how someone treats me. I will treat you and everyone with my values and not how you treat me. And that's the thing with the relationships. If you do win-win relationships, someone hurts you, you will hurt them. But if someone hurting me, I will give love back. Because my values are respect and love. So it's not the thing how someone treats me, but in my hand is how I react to it. And sometimes someone is disrespectful to me, I react with respect, and that's the reason why they respect me. Because I will never get triggered if someone reacts to me disrespectful. And that's the thing, you can build real good business relationships and private and love relationships if it's not, your reaction is not because of their reaction, but as your values are. No one should get their hands into your values. Just react as your values are, and yeah, I think you can summarize it a little bit better.
That was interesting. The one thing I've learned from this past 2 weeks is to focus on helping people to get money, right? So you help, and in by giving, you receive something because you want to help people. And it's very interesting because what I've realized in life, and I think most of the viewers and listeners also realize, is that when you give without wanting to receive anything back, so just giving, you receive better things. Or maybe you don't even receive anything, but you receive the transaction in a different way, like you said. And one thing that you said, which was really interesting, even though if someone didn't respect Dennis, right? If I was like disrespectful to you right now, you would still spread love to me because of your value. You give, even though you won't receive anything back because people don't respect you. And that's pretty interesting because most of the people in life right now is when someone hurts you, you should hurt them back. An eye for an eye, right? For that reason. And some people that are actually intelligent, they understand that there's no point of this. Why hurt them back when I can give them love? Because that's my value. And that's what I realize here right now when you answer this question. When people don't respect you, you shouldn't give a fuck about it, right? First of all. And second of all, instead of giving negative emotions back to them, saying that they're horrible people and stuff like that, you should give them more love and more respect to them, which was pretty interesting what you said there. How did it look like in your life about respecting people?
Yeah, many people, it's like I have some situations where someone is disrespect me because they think they would know who I am. They think they know who I am, and that's why they disrespect me, but they don't know who I am. If they would know, they would respect me. And other people then said to me, hey, why are you that respectful to the people who are disrespectful to you? And I said every time, because my value is respect. Maybe not his, but mine. But why should it be okay to break my values if someone don't have the same value as mine? It will say more about me than about him or her, or you know. That's why. And everything, as I told with the children, if you say to the children, don't slam the door, they will have in their mind slamming the door. It's the same what you speak to other people. In your subconscious mind, you speak to yourself. That's why in every religion it says, treat other people as you want to be treated by yourself. Because as you treat people, you treat yourself, because your subconscious mind thinks about their self. In your subconscious mind, only you are existing. So if you tell bad things to people, you tell the same to yourself. And if this is not a reason to get good values and treat people as you have your values, I don't know. And there's something else you also ask with business to help people change their intention. I would like to tell something about that, because it's also the intention and the why you are doing things. Many people, if I talk to someone, why are you doing your business? I want to be financially free, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't know how it feels to be financially free. But if we have our intention every time connected to emotion, and you have a goal which you can't grab, it's not realistic for you. If you never earned 100K, you don't know how it feels to get 100K. So you can say, my goal is 100K. Yeah, you will never achieve it. But if you see why you want to get this. So I want to get financially free. But why? Because I want to have more time. Why? What do you want with your time and your money? And I can guarantee you, if you are honest to yourself, and if you ask why you want to do something, you will come to one of the three main reasons people get into action. Why do small children, babies, or children, why do they do things? What would you think? Why is a children doing something? It is because of three things. They want to get love, attention, and recognition of their loved people, from their mother and father first, then of their friends and everything else. So the main source of going into action are these three emotions. So I can guarantee you, every goal you want to achieve is to get one of these three, or every three emotions from your loved people. And as I realized, I want to be financially free, to get my parents the life they will never have, because they have not the time and the resources to get there. But I can. It get me an emotional drive to get there. So you want to be financially free to get the love, attention, the thankfulness of your loved people, you changed the life. And if you just try to rewrite your goals in that way, speak first, I want to be financially free, or I want to be financially free because I want to give my parents the life they will never have because of their resources. I want to achieve the thankfulness, the love, the attention, the recognition of my parents, to help them don't work again, fly through the whole world to make experience they will get. If they're on the deathbed, they will see you and say, thank you for the life you give me, because I would never get to that life by myself. that will give you the drive to do the things that need to be done to achieve the goal, not I want to be financially free. That's not something you can grab. And if you see, I don't know if you can see it, I get tears in my eyes if I'm talking about it, because that's the emotions you need to get the things done. And if you think about what are my goals and what are the emotions behind it, I know I want to get, because they're in my past. I know from my every children does everything because of these three emotions. So they are realistic to you, and you know how they feel. And if you know, there's also a law of reversibility. If um, um, if something can get you the emotions, the emotion can get you the thing. So if you know how you will feel if you get the goal, and you can create the emotion of your future goal, the goal will come to you easily. And that's how I got that quick change in my life. So it's half a year where from 500 euros per month to I live in Cyprus, I earn 5-figure every month, good 5-figure. And I buy my parents business class flights to Cyprus and fly by myself business class. It's not that I want to flex with it, but just to show how fast that can happen. It was 3 months my life changed. From 500 euros per month, 3 months later, I got my biggest month of 55K in 1 month. Just for me. Profit. It's the double of my yearly income just because I changed my emotions that I can feel about my future, and that will give you the drive, and the goals will come to you, and you don't need to chase your goals, because your goals will come to you by yourself. And if you need to connect everything I told, connect them together, and you will see it's not one big wheel or something, it's some more small. And if you connect everything together, you will see they will connect perfectly together. And if you do everything together, your life can change in 2 weeks. Yes.
Okay, wow. Okay. The first thing I'm doing after this interview podcast, is it writing everything. Why do I need these ambitions and goals? Why do I want to make 5 figures a month? Because I never asked that question, to be honest. It's always online. Online when you read books, when you read Napoleon Hill, and yeah, what was it called again? The books, right? You read books, you listen to podcasts, you watch videos. They only talk about you have to create a goal and you have to figure out how to achieve that goal and how do the necessary steps to get to that goal. But I've never actually done the why, and that's pretty interesting what you said here. Understanding why do I want this thing, and getting it to those three things, which was love, right? What was it again?
Love, attention, and recognition.
Those three things. And figuring out the main core, like we said, the subconscious code behind your brain, and understanding that, and then recreating it in a way where it connects with your feeling and your mindset of your intentions, your mindset, right? Understanding that's what changed you from making 500 euros per month to doing this partnership and making your first 55,000 euros in the first month, right? Which is insane, just by changing your intention, by changing the reason, the why. Wow. And that's what I'm going to
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
The funny thing about it is, people tell you make a goal and see which steps are necessary to reach the goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you never achieve that goal, how do you know how to achieve it? which steps you need to do. You don't know. So it's the same way as you get, how to say these, like with the
Dices.
you take them and try to get the 6.
Mhm.
So you try, I will try this. I will try this. I think that could help me to achieve my goal. But if you never get a 6-pack, you need to try to get a 6-pack. But if you once did it, you know exactly what to do to achieve it. So how can you know what to do and make a plan to achieve the goal if you never did it and you don't have a business partner, a mentor, or someone who already achieved the goal and can tell you what to do to achieve it? So the only thing you need, as I say, the law of reversibility. If you know, if a goal can give you a feeling, the feeling can give you the goal. If you know how it feels and you can get the feeling of achieving the goal, the rest will get by itself. The way to the goal will get by itself. You will meet the people who know how to do it. You will meet the people who will do it because first my plan was I want to get like 5-figure in 2024, the beginning of 2024. I get my plan 10K a month with my mindset coaching. So I want to. So in my world, the only thing how I can do it is I will get an audience, I will do social media, I will get clients, and if I take like 3K a month, I need 3.5 people to get 10K. Yeah, that's good. But as I changed my mindset, so why do I want to do this? Not because earning money, because I want to serve and help people. And that's why I'm doing it. And why I want to have to earn the money is to get my parents the life they will not get without me. The thing changed. Someone came to me to work with me. We got the face of on social media who gets the clients. We got the marketer who helps him to get the best result. After that, the marketer and I got together and make a second business. So the plan I got was time wasting and energy wasting because everything got different than I planned. So why planning if everything will happen in a different way? If you see also what your plans in the past and what really happened, you will see it's totally different. So prepare yourself to be the person who can take chances and see chances and execute. Because if you have the plan, maybe you will never see the chances because you want to stuck to your plan. And the universe, God, how you want to tell it, will give you the opportunities, but you will never take them because you're stuck to your plan. And I would not get the partnership with my business partner if I would say, no, I need to stuck onto my plan. I need to do my audience. I need to do my mindset coaching. I would not be here in the podcast with you now. And that's why don't waste your time too much to make a plan. The plan is a byproduct by doing. So if you drive in night, you also see the next 100, 150 meters. So it's enough to know you need to take the how to say in English?
Take over? Is that what you mean?
The
Or turn?
no, the the curve. Yeah.
Okay.
You need to take the next curve left. It's enough. And then you see you need to drive further. And then you see, now I need to drive right. But if you plan, I want to go to the cinema, and you think about you are never at the cinema. You don't know where it is, but you imagine, I think it's in the city. So I would drive 100 meters straight, then left, next right, then left, next left, then right. But you end up in the supermarket, but you thought you know where the cinema is. Yeah, just type in cinema in Google Maps and see. Google Maps will tell you when to turn the next right or left. So Google Maps is your universe. You tell them the why with your the cinema, and Google Maps, so the universe, will tell you the next steps you need to do to achieve it if you see the steps and not plan maybe how to come to that goal.
It was interesting when you said that you shouldn't be planning, but also being open to the possibilities that the world or the universe or God give us, right? I'm a believer, so I believe in God. And I would say God gave me these opportunities and I just need to be more open. If you weren't open to that, like you said, just went and said, look, my friend, I'm doing mindsets, my mindset podcast, mindset coaching, and I'm not open to what you are trying to work with me with this. You wouldn't be in the situation you are right now, right? And the main part I heard from what you talked about is to be open to these possibilities, to be open with your mindset, being open with your intentions, there's so many possibilities out there. And it's your choice to see the perspective, let's say about the coin, right? Or the 6 and the 9. And it's your way of seeing the perspective and choosing the right path. That was really interesting for me, which you explained here. And I'm going to be asking this one last question to you, because I think we already understand about intentions and I'm already ready to run into my room and write down the why for every goal I had. And to be honest, I can't stop thinking about it. What is the...
And go deep into the emotion, because you need to feel the emotion. It is, you can imagine something in the future, but you need to feel the emotion that, and the best thing is, the more senses you use, the better. How does it feel to grab your parents and get the love and the thankfulness of them, to share some experience with them they will never experience without you? If they have problems, if they have illness, you can solve it. Money is not a thing. If there's something, you will get it. It's what it costs is a byproduct. If you need 3 million to fix it, you will pay it because you have it. So money is not a thing. If you need the best doctor in the world, you will get it. You will get him today. With the right amount of money, I can guarantee you will get the best doctor today. And that's the thing. If you can feel it, how it feels to have these opportunities, to have that experience in the future, and you see how it looks, you feel like you're grabbing and the emotions you're feeling, that will create this reality. Because if the thing can create the emotion can create the thing or the situation can create emotion, the emotion can create the situation. Write down your why. You need to feel it, because many people just write down, yeah, it's like, I'm glad that I can get the life to my parents. But you need to be sensitive as you write it, as you think about it, you need to see, do it trigger some emotions? As when I talked about it, I got tears in my eyes because I know it is positive tears, that this would be the thing. If my parents, I hope it will be in 100 years, uh, laying in the deathbed and would say, thank you for the life you gave to us. Without you, we would never had the life we experienced. That's something that drives me to do the things that need to be done to achieve the goal. So try to get it, to feel it with every sense, how does it feel to grab your parents, or your parents grabbing you, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. Everyone has a different thing. Who's grabbing you, thanking you? What do they say? What do you feel? How does it feel to grab them? What do you see? What you hear? What you grab? What you like the perfume of your father, mother, girlfriend, boyfriend, everything. Try to get every sense and to get you into the future as it is. So the future will come in the present because of the law of the law of reversibility.
Oh,
It's all about the feeling, the emotion you're having. Like you said, you had that tear,
yeah.
but it was a positive tear, right?
Yeah.
And knowing why you'd have these goals, why you want to get them, achieve them, the real reason why you should activate a positive emotion. I think we talked about this in our last post podcast. And you said that every emotion has some kind of frequency. Is that negative? Is that positive? And I don't remember which one's the best, but like doing something and having a subconscious emotion that actually is positive and it motivates you. For you, it's making your parents happy and free, right? For other people, could be feeling independent, feeling loved by another person. So every single person has a different subconscious code from this. And what you uncovered is that your subconscious code is making your parents free and giving them the life that they could never achieve without you.
And my children also. I got tears in my eyes where my aunt, yeah, she's pregnant. She already has 2 boys and get the third boy. And we made a video where I said we needed to say into the camera what we think they will get. It's a girl, a boy, or something. And I was at the beach with the sunset. And I also said, hey, cousin, as I said already, I think you will get a boy, or you will be a boy. And I am already glad to show you the whole world and show the sunset. So I know it will not be just my parents, it will be friends, family, everyone. The money is a byproduct. I don't want to think about money. If there are friends I want to travel with, I will get them. If they're family I want to get with them wherever I want, I will get them. I don't want to think about money. So I have enough money to not think about money. When I was like with the 500 euros, if I go into the restaurant, I had a look what's the cheapest food on the card. And then I got the cheapest food. So with less money to get full, the body full, the stomach full. Now I look into the card and I see what's the most expensive thing and do I want it? And if yes, I will take it. Because I know if I get a steak or something, the more expensive ones are with the more quality. And I look into the quality I get, not with less money to more food. And that's also a thing that changed. Just when you have the money, or you can do it before, because as you know, your emotions creates your reality. And if you already are in the reality, you're looking onto the menu and getting the best things you want, you will get the money back to that you can experience that reality.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's a different perspective of this too, where you,
Sure.
because you're making this amount of money, you also have intentions on a different aspect, right? So you don't even have to look at the cheapest food to make you full. You look at the quality, the real reason of life, right? Is it healthy? Is
But
it what you
all
want?
Also, before I got to the point, I had like 100 euros on my bank account, but I invited my parents to eat together in a restaurant, and I paid like 80 euros for it. But that changed because I know I am in abundance. So, but if I look into my account and see I have just 100 euros, so I will try to spend as less as possible to get as much as possible. What kind of frequency do you go out with? But if you know, if I pay 80 euros now for the food, I know I will get minimum triple back. So every cent I'm spending, I know I will get tripled back directly. There's one song I know that is really good for your subconscious mind. It's, I think, Money Mantra from Scorpio. It's also in English. There's like a dollar sign, Money Mantra, dollar sign on Spotify and everything. And she's also talking about the things if I spend money, I get back in my pocket times 3. I'm abundant and everything. And if you hear that song often enough, you will believe what she's talking about because it's getting in your subconscious mind. And that's why it's important to see what you are hearing to, what kind of music. There's some music, take drugs, take cocaine, and everything. I don't listen to that music. So you need to see not just your word you're speaking, but the words you're hearing are also important. That's why see the lyrics of the songs you're listening to and see if that's the reality you want to believe, and decide to hear that the songs that matches your uh, reality you want to believe in.
I've seen that personally too. The things you watch, the music you listen to, the lyrics, right? Everything that you see, you hear, you taste, you understand goes subconsciously in your mind, right? So it goes subconsciously, and everything is completely understood by your brain. Your brain doesn't understand, like you said, don't close that door, because it thinks about closing that door, right? So every word you hear, everything you do, even though if you don't do drugs, if you don't drink alcohol and smoke every day and whatever these songs are talking about, your brain doesn't know that, right? It's all subconscious. It thinks it's true. So we're getting to the end of this podcast interview with Dennis here. And there's one more question I would like to ask for people who are listening to this or watching this on YouTube. What is the first thing that you would want them to do after listening to this podcast or watching this podcast? What is the first thing that you would advise them to do to understand their intentions, to change their mindset, to start making the money you're making, and also flying on private jets and all this? What is the first thing they would have to do after watching this podcast to completely see a different world, which is different from what they're seeing right now?
Yeah, because of the missing emotionally intelligence, you can't grab you can't see your emotions. You can't. If you have the emotions, you just feel the extreme ones. If you really trigger it, you will feel it. But the small ones who are more important, as in life, not the big steps are important. Every small step is important. You need to see what is in what is easy to you to grab it in your reality, and it is the things you do. The things you do are the things that easier for you to see and reflect. So try to do your best to reflect everything you do, everything you feel, and everything you think, because thinking is just an unspoken word. So also your thinking and speaking. Just try to get more mindful, to reflect and see everything you do, you feel, you think and speak, and see, is it matches it the best version of myself? If I can believe, if I can see many years, 10, 20, 30 years in the future, and the best version of myself comes back to the point where I am now and sits next to me. Do this person does the same thing, feels the same thing, thinks the same thing, and speaks the same thing I am? If yes, you can make a check, it's okay. If not, change it. I got a few tools for you today to change it. The 3 steps, like first see it, accept it, change it, and the structure of your psychology. It was a little bit hard for me to explain, but if you re-see this a few times, you will get the point what I'm talking about. And that's the key of changing. If you know how emotions are created in your body, if you know why you do things as you do them, you can change it. And that's the main thing. Get to know yourself better and to change your belief system, because the psychological structure is the thing that creates your belief system. And I can share one more thing. It's the last thing I will share. It's about your belief system. You believe in things, and I think it's in, I see what the word is. A metaphor? Is it right? A metaphor? Metaphor? If I try to explain the thing in another way, I would just tell it. If you have a cold room, yes, it's too cold for you. You have 2 ways to change it. You can get the coldness out of the room, and as a consequence, if the coldness is away, the room getting warmer. Or you get warm temperature inside the room, and as a consequence, the cold is gone, right? So what are you doing if your room is too cold? Do you try to get the coldness out of the room, or do you just turn on the heater and get warmness inside? I think the heater, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm
Is and
Yeah.
that's the same about your belief system. If you have a bad belief, there's a thing where focus goes, energy flows. If you see what bad thing I believe, and I want to remove it, I get the focus on the bad thing and I will expand it. It will be harder. But if I accept that this is okay that I have a bad belief system in one thing, and I move to get a good belief about the thing, as a consequence, if you believe in a good thing, the bad thing will be removed. So why the focus on the bad thing and to remove the bad belief? It's better to accept that it's okay to believe in something bad, and focus on the good thing to believe in the good thing. Now there's a clue. If you try to say, I am rich, your conscious mind or subconscious mind will say, look into your bank account and tell me something else. That's why you can there's a trick to get that away. So you will not say, I am rich. You will ask yourself why I am worthy to be rich. Because that point is in you. You know that you are worthy to be rich. But the voice of being worthy to be rich is that quiet, and the voice of your belief that, look into your bank account and say you are rich again. That's really loud. But you can get the focus on the good thing if you don't say the good thing, but you ask and get it out of you. So you ask why I am worthy to be respected, why I am worthy to be loved, why I am worthy to be rich, why I am worthy to get rich easily. You will get an answer. The most important thing about the thing is, it's again the thing by chasing. If you want to get an answer, I can guarantee you will not get an answer. But if you ask the question without wanting to get an answer, you will get an answer. Because in the bad way, we are experts in it. Why the bad things happen to me every time? You don't want to get the answer of that. But I can tell you, you can't explain on the logic way why the bad things are happening to you every time. But there's a feeling that tells you it is happening to you, but I don't know why. And if we learn to get that point in the positive way, so you ask yourself, why I am worthy to be successful easily? And someone asks you, are you worthy to get successful easily? You can't say why, but that you are worthy. Yes, I am worthy. I can't say why, but I know that. And that's just because you're asking the question without getting an answer. You will get an emotional answer, but you can't get the emotions by your logic. You need to get away the logic to that you want to explain the things, the good things. The bad things you can't explain, but they exist. And the good things you want to explain, that's why they don't exist. Try to get the things why in the bad way as it is, and try to get it in a good way. So ask yourself the questions without wanting to have the answer. It's like petting a cat, a street cat. If you go to the cat and want to pet it, it will run away. But if you just go down and get your hand out, the cat will come to you and you can pet it. It's the same with the answer. If you want to chase the answer, it will never come to you. But if you ask it without wanting to get an answer, I will say to you, in 2 weeks, you get an emotional answer without knowing why. And there's one thing, if you have an iPhone, I don't know, Apple, if it's work, make a timer. In the morning, directly in the morning, try to get one bad belief system and what you want in a better way. As a respect, you got no respect from others, and you say, I want to be respected. You ask yourself why I am worthy to be respected. You have this question, so if you wake up, you ask yourself that question. You close your eyes, ask a question, open your eyes again, and work. It's just 30 seconds. But you make a timer for 1 hour. After the 1 hour, your phone will ring or vibrate. You will get a restart. So if you do restart, you know in 1 hour, the phone will vibrate again. And you ask yourself again the question. And if you do it 10 times a day, so 10 hours for 2 weeks, you ask yourself why you are worthy to be respected 140 times. I can guarantee if you do it the right way, so you don't expect the answer, you're working, your phone vibrates, if you're on a call, every time. Know that this is your future. So in every situation where you are, if you're at work, do restart, get back, close your eyes, ask you the question, 30 seconds, open your eyes again and work again. It's just 30 seconds. If you're in a conversation, your phone rings, say, just a second, close your eyes and speak again. But if you don't do it one time, don't do it many times. That's why do it every time, 10 times a day for 2 weeks. I can guarantee you in 2 weeks, you will not, you will see yourself in a different way in that space where you are asked a question. And after that, if you are got used to it, you train yourself to believe in the things easier. So in future, if you are trained to the thing, in the bad way, you can believe in the thing by one question. If it's something bad happens to you, you say, why is happening to me every time? You directly believe it by one question. And what would your life look like if you can build a positive belief by asking you the right question one time? Perfect. But in a bad way, we trained it our whole life. In a good way, never. So focus on the good things, train it, and after 2 weeks, it's getting better. After 4 weeks, getting better. And for the most people, it's too easy to do the things I talked to you today. That's why they don't do it. They want a big thing that's so hard to do, and I will do it. It's the easy, small steps that need to be done to get big changes. So try to do that question 10 times a day for 2 weeks. And you will see after 2 weeks, you will believe a thing you not believed before. And getting better and better and better. It's the best thing. And no one in personal development talking about that because it's against their thing. You go to a person who would say, I'm a mindset coach. You go to them. They will find a bad belief in yourself they can fix. But after telling you the bad belief, you identify with the bad belief, and the bad belief starts to be your bad belief. Before there was no problem, but they find the problem they know can solve. Nice. Don't do it. See where there's some issues in your life, like, I'm not respected, my relationship with my girlfriend, my boyfriend, it's not that good. I feel like they don't love me. Ask yourself the question and you will see in 2 weeks, nothing will change. Your boyfriend, your girlfriend will not change the way they treat you, but you will change the way you see they do things. My girlfriend just in the podcast, she gave me like with lemons and mint, and I see the thing that she loves me by doing the small things. But I can see her love in the small things just because I know I'm worthy to be loved. So if I don't think I'm worthy to be loved, she could do the same thing, but I don't see her love in the things. So as I say, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. But as you see the world is a reflection of yourself. Change yourself and you will change the world and the people around you. They will treat you also different if you have another belief system in yourself. So that was the last tip I want to give you.
Yeah, and that was gold, to be honest, Dennis. Thank you for sharing that because, wow, that last part explained exactly about the emotions and the traumas and trying to figure out the question. Even if you don't know the question, your body does know, your emotions knows the answer to it. and to uncover it. Sometimes we don't even have to look for it, but just ask the question, like you said, put a timer, and and every single hour you ask that question, which is pretty interesting. I haven't tried this just yet, but once you explained it more, it does make sense of that answer coming to you. So, wow, that was very
Nice.
big, and for most people, it would very helpful because, like you said, this is not taught in the mindset niche, right? This is the first time I've
Yeah.
ever heard of this, and wow, this is amazing stuff. So, this is going to be the end of this interview about the intentions and everything that I've learned here today, and also the viewers and listeners. I think you guys learned a lot from Dennis here, and I can say personally, I've learned a lot. Wow, and I wanted to go take action right now. But wow, my mind is blown, to be honest, Dennis. I can say that, and anyone listening to this podcast interview, they're going to be on a different level. Even if they don't understand it, they'll understand that there's something else in life about their emotions, intentions, traumas. This is all important, and we should give notice to it. So, thank you for coming on this podcast interview, Dennis. And the links to Dennis's, I don't know, school, we will talk about it later. It'll be in the description or in our podcast description. Is there anything you would like to say before we end the podcast interview?
Yeah, the things I talked about is a little bit like advanced.
Mhm.
So it's sometimes a little bit hard for people to get it. But even if it's advanced, just try to do it, because that's the easier and shorter way to get wherever you want. There are many ways, and every way will get you to the point. But the thing is, do you want the hard or the easy way? And sometimes the hard way is also good, and the hard way is the easy way. But as I told you, I changed the things really quick and easy for me. But there are some hard parts in it, as it is everywhere. But try to do it. And I think the school community is not the thing we talked about now. You can link it if someone German wants to see it. But I think the easiest way to get in contact with me, if there's something they not understand and have some question, is by Instagram, or just giving you the questions. And in the next one, we can, discuss every question that the viewer and hearer, is it hearer? The people who hearing and viewing the podcast have, and we could talk about it. So in the next time, every question will be answered.
Everyone's going to be heard from this.
Mhm.
And that's the most important part. Okay, thank you for everyone viewing this, listening to this, and thank you for Dennis for this podcast interview, because it completely blew my mind, and I'm excited to take the action to figure out the why in my life. Thank you, Dennis.
Welcome. Thank you.